Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about technology. So as you observed in my career, and thank you for all the support in our various TV shows, Dr. 90210, Celebrity Plastic Surgeons, I have a new one now, Dr.Rey 360, and the many shows I've done as guests, Jay Leno, Good Morning America, on. You notice that even though I'm an immigrant to the United States, that, and God bless America, thank you, America. Even though I'm an immigrant to the United States, you see that I have always made an effort to be up to date, and in many times I've led my profession in television. For example, in the history of television, my show was the second reality television show in America, and number one in the world. In the Latin world, first reality show in the Latin world. From the uniform medicine, black scrubs, I invented black scrubs. Look at the first episode, Dr. 90210 in 2000. I walk in with black scrubs. Why? Because the traditional white, blue, and green scrubs, when, of course, I'm a surgeon, I got blood on it, I would go see the mom after surgery and say, your daughter did well. But the mom would be shocked looking at my scrubs full of blood. So I invented the black scrubs. I started tailoring these scrubs. I removed the sleeves because when you wash your hands, I didn't want dirty water dripping on my hands. Anyhow, half the instruments are transumbilical endoscopic breast augmentation I invented. I helped popularize stem cells to the breast and butt. So in other words, I've always been on the cutting edge. Why? My mom was a simple janitor. Why? Why have I always been on the cutting edge? Well, I use one example from history. I'll cite one simple example from history. Alexander the Great beat the Persians, even though the Persians have a much larger army, because Alexander the Great had the latest technology. That is the key. So when you say, oh, I don't want to learn that new technology, I don't want to learn that new thing, this is not oh, how cool you are. Stuck in the 60s. No, this is not. If you fall behind in technology, the life will not be merciful and history will not be merciful. Now, you recall in the early part of the 20th century, the big race to land on the moon. That race between Khrushchev and Kennedy was not accidental. It was not accidental. It would have very far repercussions and wide-ranging repercussions. Oh, what's a big deal, man, walking on the moon? That technological race really changed the world, geopolitically and scientifically and economically. Look at all the myriad of inventions that came from the race to the moon. Myriad, from watches to everything, computers, everything spawned off that race. Geopolitically, I think the seeds for the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Cold War, really has its genesis in the space wars and the race to the moon. So Kennedy, Harvard guy too, was very wise to undertake that race and win it. 1969, the Apollo program lands on the moon. And indeed, a small step for man, but a very large step for mankind. So, yes, I'm also tired. Yes, I'm 57 on the way to 60. I'm very tired. I don't want to learn the IGTV and a telescope, and I don't want to learn this stuff anymore. I want to be put out to pasture. However, that is not a leisure we have. You have to stay up to date. You will observe that the vast majority of people who've conquered the world in their various fields, well, we're always on the cutting edge. Very rarely can somebody who is not up to date scientifically, socioeconomically, socially, and conquer the world. It's very, very rare. I can cite a handful. And I'm a student of autobiographies of great people. So even Columbus. Columbus was an old guy, laughing stock of his community, but consistent with the cutting edge astronomers of the era. He believed that the earth was round, and his voyage also changed the world. Albeit in his community, he was a laughing stock. So how interesting that today the nerds took over. That's the reason, because the nerds are up to date. So I like to just take this moment, this very simple video, and encourage you to stay up to date. Stay up to date, because life is not friendly for those who fall behind. Okay, so I just want one little tidbit, as I always do my videos, to help my friends, conquer life. Everyone wants to know, how can I, being the son of a janitor, with modest intelligence, conquer the world in my field, lead my field. For years I've led my field. That's the reason. Every time I heard of a new technique, I grabbed the first plane and I would see the guy, even though everyone in the field poo-pooed the guy, like transumbilical, everyone in the field made fun of him. Oddly enough, even though medicine is supposed to be a scientific field, everyone in the field poo-pooed him. But I got on the first plane and I went to see how it was done. Brought technology back to Beverly Hills, popularized it on TV, and have done approximately 7,000 transumbilicals, not one infection. And usually implants last about 10 years. The transumbilicals are lasting about 22 years. And they tortured that guy so much, Gerald Johnson, he ended up dying early. Was never allowed to pass the boards. My impression, my understanding of the situation, and they destroyed a great mind. So instead of going along with everyone else and poo-pooing new ideas, I tried to learn them, test them out, and if they hold water scientifically, I tried to embrace them. So I want you to do the same. Anyhow, over and out, Dr. Rey, the ray of beauty, the ray of health, and giving you tips on how I won in life, how an idiot conquered the world. Thank you so much, you guys. Ciao.